Hey guys, it's a winter wonderland here on Chris Does Everything today. We're going to see what it takes to clean up this mess with my John Deere 3035 tractor and my Frontier AS10F 60-inch snow pusher. Boom, let's check it out. All right, so we got quite a bit of work to do here. If we check out where I'm standing, which is in a drift, we're looking at about 8 or 9 inches of snow. And as we move across the property here, you know, this is a lot. I don't think we're going to have any problems whatsoever. And then we've got, I don't know, in total a good 1,000 feet of driveway to clear. So let's see what the heck we can do about this. And guys, for cleanup today, this is my weapon of choice, John Deere 3035 manual transmission tractor. Got the big R1 agricultural tires loaded, so they're heavy. I've got my Frontier box blade on the back, which provides me enough ballast. I'm gonna throw this thing in 4-wheel drive, and then we're gonna use my snow pusher to clear the driveway. And you can see I've got a gravel driveway, so I've got this thing adjusted. So I've got a little bit of room there. I moved the shoes down one position so that I've got some clearance and I'm not scraping up every piece of gravel in the driveway. So I think this is gonna be easy. That's a heck of a lot of snow. We're gonna put a GoPro on the hood and see how it goes. So let's get going. All right, here we go. Of course, my dog's got to pee right in the middle of my shot. So this is sped up 3 times. And as I watch it back, I realize I probably should have mounted that GoPro a little bit lower so that you could actually see the snow being pushed. But I think you get the idea. Now, when I measured it earlier in that low side of that drift, it was 8 inches, maybe 9. In reality, there's about a foot of snow in most of my driveway. This is 2 storms. I didn't clean up after the first one. You can see my tire tracks there. And mostly this is pretty fresh powder. It's pretty light, so it's not difficult. The tractor had absolutely no issues whatsoever pushing through it. If you've done this before, you know that when you have that blade on the ground and you've got a lot of snow, it's going to be difficult to change direction. And you see here, I'm just pushing snow off to the side. If you want to turn, you just lift up on that blade a little bit, and that'll give you the ability to turn the tractor. The other thing is, if you're going to use a snow pusher, you need somewhere to push all that snow. As you can see, I've got plenty of room here, and by the time I'm done, I've got a whole bunch of big piles of snow hanging around that's going to melt. And I try to keep the piles close to the driveway because they usually contain some gravel that I'm going to want to put back in the spring. All right, so in this shot, you can actually see the snow pusher in action. And basically, it just pushes the snow. It's a big box, and it keeps it to the front of the tractor, unlike a plow, which is going to push it off to the side. And it gives you the ability to push these huge piles where you want to. Now, you might be asking yourself, why did I go with a pusher instead of a 4-way plow? Well, simple answer is, it's a heck of a lot less expensive, number one. Number 2, I don't have front hydraulics on this machine to actually angle a 4-way plow. And then you've always got the snow blower option. And again, that's more expensive than even the plow. And you need to have your tractor configured the right way. So I figured, hey, it's worth a shot. Let me see how we do with a snow pusher. And so far, I'm happy with the results that I'm getting. You can also see that my property is very flat. And like I mentioned before, I have no problem with traction whatsoever. Now, as a standard transmission tractor, this thing is heavier than a hydrostatic to begin with. I mentioned that the rear tires are both loaded. That box blade on the back weighs about 500 pounds. So there's quite a bit of ballast. And again, I'm in 4-wheel drive. All right, we moved a lot of snow. Took me, for what you're looking at, took me a good 45 minutes, maybe an hour. We got about, like I showed you before, I think we got somewhere between 6 and 8 inches of snow. And I had about 5 on the ground from a few days ago before I started. So one thing I want you to notice is there's still some snow on the ground here. And that's okay. So I have that snow pusher set to leave an inch or two. I don't want to scrape up all my gravel. And I've got a 4-wheel drive truck, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So if you've got a gravel driveway, you've got a heavy tractor, a snow pusher is an option if you adjust it the right way. Now again, I don't know what I'm doing with this thing yet, right? The tractor is relatively new to me. It's only got 20 hours on it. Using a snow pusher, this is really only the second or the third time, so we'll get better as time goes by. But you know, if you're interested in doing this, if you adjust it the right way, I was in float the whole time. Seems to work pretty well. So I'm gonna finish cleaning up and we'll take it from there. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not and you enjoy my content. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.